Hi, I'm Koilishwari. I will update you with the latest news from current issues of Economics Group 2, only on Top News from Group 2 TV. Today's news is about a project which was conducted by Group 2 entitled Increasing Adolescents Vaccination Awareness by Promoting the Importance of Vaccination During COVID-19 Pandemic in Malaysia. First up is 1.1 Overview of the project. The pandemic, which was caused by coronavirus disease in 2019, had global consequences. According to statistics by COVID-19 Malaysia, 7.8% of adolescents hasn't been vaccinated, and consequently it is adults to achieve herd immunity against COVID-19. The main goal of our project is to evaluate awareness of the community towards the impact of neglecting COVID-19 vaccines among the adolescents. Moreover, promoting the importance of vaccination will also be one of our project's main goals. Moving on to 1.2 Background of Activity. This research is aimed to approach adolescents as our main target respondents. Moreover, we provide more information in detail about the importance of vaccination to the respondents. Since our residential area are far from each other, our team conducted the survey in different provinces, which are Negeri Sembilan, Selangor, Johor and Terengganu. Next up, Tan Hawen will update you on the problem statement of the project.
In problem segment, we found some parents were wary or, in other words, hesitant of vaccinating their children and do not have enough knowledge regarding vaccine, despite the fact that vaccine have the potential of saving their children from COVID-19 infection. Misinformation in the media regarding the safety of vaccine lead the parents' mistrust toward the government, politicians, health officials, and pharmaceutical corporations, as well as raise their concern about virus spread, avoidance, and vaccine safety among adolescents.
Hi, my name is Nazul Nakai. Next, I will talk about objective. Firstly, objective is we want to evaluation and definition understand of the impact of not getting COVID-19 vaccination. Secondly, we want to raise awareness of the significance of vaccination among adolescents in Malaysia during the COVID-19 epidemic. Lastly, objective is to increase and encourage vaccination among Malaysian adolescents. Next, I will talk about methodology. Firstly, we create a series of survey questionnaires to assess our respondent grade of a survey learning to raise awareness of adolescents towards the importance of vaccination during the COVID-19 pandemic. Secondly, we will be promoting the survey learning for the importance of vaccination during COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia for adolescents, with the objective to raise the awareness of society. In the last phase of the survey learning, we will assess the efficiency of our impact in the second phase.
Coming back to me, 5.1 Phase 1 Planning and 5.1.1 First Meeting. Since the group members scattered in different locations, WhatsApp used to discuss the project with each other. Our first meeting was held on 1st April using WhatsApp, and all of the members were active and took part in our discussion as we value teamwork. The main objective of our first meeting is to choose the best issue of service learning, creating rules and regulation to follow throughout the research, come out with the problem statement of awareness on importance of COVID-19 vaccines, and brainstorm the objectives. We chose raising awareness on taking vaccines among adolescents during COVID-19 pandemic as our portfolio title because, as all of us know, it is one of the current issues that needed to look into to ensure the well-being of all community, including the adolescents. Portfolio tasks are divided among the group members accordingly, and we set our deadline to submit their parts in group to avoid procrastination. Next up, Dawapriya will update you on second meeting.
Slideshow the group created for discussion on deciding the title and objectives, discussion on problem statement, discussion on task distribution, approval from lecturer on 3rd April, the first meeting minutes.
Mrs. Daupriya Balasubramaniam will continue to report on the second meeting minutes. The second meeting was held on 5th of April 2022. The second meeting was also conducted via WhatsApp and attended by all the members to discuss the question for the Google form, the question for the interview session, and discuss about the poster input. We also discussed the interview SOP that need to be followed during the interview session. Each member is required to put their ideas in the OneDrive link. After the survey discussion, all the questions for Google form and interview and poster input were selected. On the 9th of April 2022, Google form and poster were created. Nusra and Hawen created the Google form. Daupriya, Kogleshwari and Nazrul created poster together in Canva. Nusra sent the Google form and poster to Dr. Tanviwa via WhatsApp to obtain her approval. Later, our group's Google form and poster was approved by Dr. Tanviwa. Other than that, we collected all the evidence for the assignment in one file via Microsoft OneDrive.
Slideshow with the second meeting discussion. Suggested question for Google Form, poster input and interview input. Discussion on Google Form and poster creation. Poster and Google Form created. Approval from Dr. Tanbiwa. Started to blast the Google Form and poster in social media. Folder for organizing the task. Discussion on interview standard operating procedure SOP and the second meeting minutes.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Nusra. Let me show you 5.2 Phase 2 conducting short-term social media and physical campaign. Due to lack of time and long distance among members who are in various states, we agreed to conduct online and physical exposure to meet with our campaign participants between 12th of April and 24th of April. 5.2.1 Online exposure poster through FB posting. Today's teenagers make social media an asset of life facilitate online delivery. Our online campaign can be easily delivered and spread quickly to adolescents through online exposure. On 12th of April, we distribute and plus the questionnaire and post the poster in Facebook, WhatsApp, and Telegram. We shared into FB group such as Newsfeed, Minggu Suai Kenal, BUM 2021, and BUM Biruwarna. We have divided the task among us for the FB posting rotation schedule into the group for 4 consecutive days.
Slideshow promoting the FB post and Google Form link. Exit total target audience for Google Form respondents promoting the FB post. Exit total target audience for FB posts. Campaign poster, FB main posting and the comments. FB post promoted in various places. Promoting campaign in WhatsApp Medium. Promoting campaign through Telegram Medium.
The table shows respondents' biographies overview which from various states to get the feedback that happened directly, which we took the initiative to interview one of the Google Form surveys respondents started from 12th of April. The slide shows the scripted questions. All the group members will ask the same questions to each respondent to get different opinions to evaluate their understanding on the vaccines of COVID-19 towards the adolescents. Hi, Assalamualaikum. Can you introduce yourself?
Waalaikumsalam. My name is Muhammad Yahya, 15 years old, and I'm schooled at SMK Jalan 4, Bandar Berbani, Selangor.
Hi, good day. I am Mohammed, currently 17 years old.
My name is Malaysia Rafi and I am 17 years old and I'm studying at SMK Sultan Sulaiman.
Hello, my name is Tashila, daughter of Balasubramaniam. I'm 17 years old. Currently, I'm studying at SMK Sri Bukti.
My name is Harshini and I'm 17 years old.
The first question is, before the first jab, what are your assumptions about the vaccine?
I was thinking about how safe the vaccine was and is it okay if everyone takes it. And also I did a thorough research about it and realized how important it was to take the vaccine.
I thought it was hurt, but it's not.
Before the first jab, I think that I will have a little bit worried because all the person around me they also haven't done it, and there is some rumors mention that this vaccine will give some effect on each of us, and but finally my parents encouraged me to take it, and I take it.
I just think that vaccine will give me protection, and I didn't sound it to be that happen to my body, and also my peers think that also.
First, I was feel so afraid. I was thinking that the vaccine will affect my body since I'm very thin. I was like very afraid to take. But then I had a strong belief that it will never affect me also as well, and I was thinking take care of my health from COVID-19. So I went and took my jab.
So next question. Let's say your close friend is an anti-vaxxer. What is your action to realize that vaccine is an important thing in today's world?
For sure, I will persuade them. I will tell the benefits about the vaccine, and for sure, I will give an example. Even as me, also I can give an example to them, because at first I also was afraid. I also was like listening to the anti-vaxxers assumptions about the vaccine by like we will die if we take the vaccine, something like that. But then after that I also got vaccinated, and I'm still alive, so I will for sure will persuade them.
I also talk with my friend about the benefit of the vaccine to our health.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this question will be the importance of vaccine in today's world. So for me, I'm currently still studying in SNK, right? So nowadays we already have the physical classes. So every one of us already complete the booster. So it is actually the vaccine is quite important, and without vaccine we can't like have the physical class, and we unable to continue our academic too. So if my friend is anti-vaxxer, I will encourage him or her to take it also, because vaccine is nowadays is very important in our daily life.
If my close friend is anti-vaxxer, so I will tell him or her that vaccine is really important, because we have to take vaccine to prevent the COVID-19 to harm us and also the others.
I would advise them about the importance of vaccine and how it would affect others if they refuse to get vaccinated, so that they can get vaccinated too, for the safety of others.
Let me show you a poster that my group made about raising awareness on taking vaccines among adolescents during COVID-19 in Malaysia. As you can see, vaccine is very initial nowadays. Are you aware?
Yes.
Good job!
This is our group poster. So, the Malaysian Health Ministry aims to complete COVID-19 inoculation for 80% of eligibility children before school respond in 2022.
According to this poster, the adolescent population must be fully vaccinated during the pandemic, as this reduces the risk of infection and their bodies will begin to produce antibodies to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. These antibodies help their immune system fight off the virus when they are exposed.
Slideshow interview session with the respondents. Interviewers promoting campaign poster to encourage taking vaccine to the respondents.
We are using two ways to find out our result, which is online survey and one-to-one interview. Online survey consists of some questions easily deployed to respondents via technology gadget. We are using Google Form to implement survey online and ask the question regarding to our topic research. We are using Google Form type multiple question, which have 6 questions to fulfill our objective survey, and the link of the Google Form is beside that. The second way is one-to-one interview. The one-to-one interview helps research gather information on data directly from a respondent. We have implemented 4 interviewers to collect meaningful insight from our respondent. Back to online survey. The first question is, do you agree the vaccine can reduce an adolescent from brain infection with COVID-19? And the result is shown beside that. Second question is, by relying on 1 meter imprisonment compliance in public area without getting a vaccine injection, are you confident it is effective to prevent from the risk of being infection with COVID-19 among adolescents? And the result is shown beside that. The third question is, are you sure the vaccine is effective in reducing the symptoms and side effects of COVID-19 for the COVID-19 suspect? And the result is shown beside that. Question number 4 is, do you think government must make vaccination for adolescents mandatory? Is it really necessary? And the result is shown beside that. Question number 5 is, do you think parents need to support their children to get vaccinated? And the result is shown beside that. The last question is, if you have siblings 13 until 17 years old, do you want to recommend them to take vaccine? And the result is shown beside that. The video of one-to-one interview will be shown you at the last part of presentation. Please hold on to watch later.
Slideshow the Google Form layered. We are using Google Form type multiple question types which have 6 questions to fulfill our objective survey. Next, as you can see in the slide, respondents' background analysis chart.
On to the next point. The table above shows the financial budget for our service learning project. Since the survey had been carried out online, we had only spent money for the physical interview session with the respondent. The fixed cost we had for the physical interview is RM30, which we spent on the car petrol to travel to the interviewee house. There was no cost associated with online survey as it was conducted through Google Form. Finally, there was no expense for promoting our group's poster on social media. Facebook and Instagram are used efficiently to distribute and publicize online surveys and posters.
Now I'm back to talk about 6.0 impact. Impact number 1 is impact of community. The most of the adolescents we get vaccination to achieve the herd immunity goal in our country. We is a majority of our community will be immune and unlikely to be the median for the virus transmission. Secondly, impact is impact of socio-economic. If all the adolescents immune through COVID-19 vaccine, parents tend to be not hesitant to let their children to social and continue with their daily activity.
Back with me, Nusra. 7.0 conclusion. Despite the fact that multiple studies have shown vaccine effectiveness among adolescents, parents have lost trust in the vaccine because false rumors posted on social media are easily believed by parents. People who propagate false information about vaccine effectiveness should be penalized by government. By vaccination, immunization has the advantage of a lower risk of known vaccine side effects. We expect that this service learning project will increase adolescents' awareness and increase the number of adolescents who have been vaccinated. Let us all strive for more significant and positive changes for future generations.
We from Group 2 would like to appreciate to all the viewers for lending your ears. Thanks from us, Group 2.